Hey everyone, so I wanted to show you volume 3 of my 2017 Me albums. I kind of forgot about sharing them, but I remembered and I really want to show you this volume because this is fall. And fall is my favorite season, and I also keep forgetting to buy albums. But for now, it's using the Simple Stories chipboard covers and some binder rings. So I usually have an opening page and just use a photo, whatever I have on hand, and I kind of threw this page together. For September, I decided to open up with a photo of my fall decorations, and I used a little Lamm Paper Company kit. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was a fall kit, and then some Elle Studio Alphas and Puffies. So yeah, I really like that one, and the layering and the torn papers. And then this starts September, just the selfie I took on the 1st of September, and then my decorations, which I love decorating in the fall. This one was so much fun to make. It was a summer release for Kellie Stamps, and we had gone on a Labor Day beach trip, and I went with a really fun color scheme based on my photos. I just used my photos to figure out my color scheme, and I just love it. It's different and unique. This one I did when I was still on the digital press design team, and I did this for Digital Designs. And I love this one, the black and the white. Just a family evening at the park, and I had so much fun with my kids climbing in the tree that I had to document it. Elle best kit, and I documented a fun bike ride and how good it felt to be back on my bike during fall. Was Digital Scrapbook Ingredients. I just love this kit, and I documented just a fun selfie and having a good day, and I added some overlays on my photo, and I made a really messy card. Just love that kit. This one was another Elle documenting a bike ride. And I don't remember what kits I used. I think I used Details. Yeah, I think I used Details. So for my September everyday page, I used Elle Seasons Story Kit, and I made a 3x8 insert, and I just used a quote, and I think this template is in a creative bubble, but I used the die cuts, I should say, and then I just put in a selfie of myself and some more die cuts. And then I just added in this page protector of a hodgepodge of photos and called it done. This one is all digital Elle Studio. I used a bunch of digital things, and I cut this out twice and matted it so that way it was a little bit thicker, and I really like it. I like how it came together. This is Elle right here. It's all about my hair, and I changed the colors of things so that way it would match my shirt perfectly. This is the kids and I used Elle Studio. It's all traditional stuff, but I loved this card and I had to include it, and just little clusters. This spread is my best friend and I, and we tend to take silly Snapchat selfies, and so I used this photo and this in a creative bubble card as kind of my inspiration, and went from there, and I kind of made my own cards because this was a Kellie Stamps project, and I just repeated phrases and I added them there, and then I put some on our actual pictures, and I just really love how this one came together. This one was also another fun one to make. I made also for Kellie Stamps, and I went with all black and white, and I went with yellow, gray, and green. Thought that would be something different to try to kind of wrap up my month, and I really like it. A bunch of quotes and 2 photos of myself, and a funny magnet that I bought myself, and a song on repeat. So yeah, just a fun way to wrap up the month. This starts October, and I just opened with a simple page with orange and black, of course, and a little bit of brown, and 2 selfies in black and white. And this is Kellie Stamps, and then the embellishments are Colorcast. This was another Seasons story kit that I made, one of my favorite story kits, because I use it a lot now. I did lots of clusters and pop dotting, and I did a photo flip pocket that I love. I just love, love, love how this spread came together. I love documenting my cycling adventures. This one was another all-time favorite. I absolutely love how it came together. I used Elle Edwards' mix of stories by the month and also digital stuff. So this card is stories by the month and chipboard, and then this is from a day in the life kit, I believe, or no, details, and then this is, and these are day in the life, and then this is a digital. And then I think Elle Edwards did this, but it was in a navy blue. So I zoomed in, like really zoomed in, and I changed the color to match my pumpkins. Used a few other quotes that I really liked, and this one was Kellie Stamps. She does Friday freebies, and I thought this one was hilarious. This one was Digital Scrapbook Ingredients, and it was a fall kit, and I decided to include a bunch of photos of my kids and I throughout the month because October tends to be busy, and I wound up with a bunch of photos of the kids and I. And I love how Wilhelmina, that's Digital Scrapbook Ingredients, that's her name, she does these awesome flowers, and I love fussy cutting them. So I did that for this spread. This one was Elle Edwards' digital story kit, Give, and I documented my fun time with meeting other scrapbookers, Jen and Barb and Teresa and Andrea. So just talking about being brave and just kind of putting myself out there. So this one was just kind of a hodgepodge one. I really liked my hair. I think this was the day that I went there. So I really liked my hair, and I was just feeling fancy, and so I just kind of documented the selfie. Extra journaling card that I just tore apart and put at the top and the bottom. Another journaling card, and then just kind of did some random stamping. This is a 3x8. And another one, I documented all my favorite photos from fall for a Kellie Stamps project. And I wound up with, I think, these look exactly like the Gryffindor Harry Potter colors, which is totally fine, because I think that's my house. But it was just funny how it wound up that way. And so I just documented all my favorites, and I love using this kind of page protector. It's a 4x4 and a 4x4 and then 2x2s. Another Kellie Stamps that I had a lot of fun. It was I actually had it in a different page protector, I think, when I turned in the assignment, but the way I had this photo, it was just bugging me, so I just split it between two pockets, and I, because it's a Snapchat filter, it is elongated, and it's just an awkward size. But this was all about, I think the kit was Maker's Gonna Make, or something like that, and I also combined some yoga because that's what the kit was too. And I just took out the yoga and I put make for that. And then I did that repeated here, and that would say yoga, but I kind of combined the two digital stamp sets to work. And then I used Feature Craft there and then some stars from Feature Craft. So just mixing and matching. And this was just my own card that I layered on different strips, because I went with the stars on my face as my focal photo. This is an all black and white spreads. I thought this is really cool. I started with this one, which is the Kellie Stamps again. This album has a lot of Kellie Stamps, but she was doing a, I think this is called Craft Day set, and I just used my photo, and I used a quote that I had, and some Feature Craft circles, and I just kind of documented a bad day. So this page came first, and then I had this black and white photo of my book club, and it was kind of grainy and it wasn't very good, but I still wanted to include it. So I included it, and I just used a bunch of old Elle stamps. This is actually a scrap, and that's why you can see the yellow. I should have paid more attention, but that's okay. And then this is another fall one. We were at my son's soccer game, and there was these beautiful red leaves falling, and I just loved them. So I stopped to take a, what's that hashtag? From where I stood, from where I stand, stood, I don't know. But it's that hashtag. So I took a photo of my feet, and then I also played in the leaves, and I made this heart with the leaves. And then I think my mother-in-law found this, and I didn't know what it was, but it was pretty, and it looked like a rosette. So I included that. And Kellie Stamps had this seasonal rating set, so I got to color, which was very exciting. And then the other cards this one came from Digital Designs, I think, and I made this one. And then the Colorcast Design pieces. So yeah, another fun fall one. This one was kind of a hodgepodge one too. It was a cycling page, and like I was just having a frustrating day, and I got to kind of go on a bike ride, which made me feel better. So I just layered on some in a creative bubble, and I made these 2 custom cards, and I did digital splatters, and these are in a creative bubble. And I just used a bunch of enamel dots and asterisks that I had, and yeah, really love how this one came together too. This one was a favorite too. This is why I say this album is probably my favorite out of the 4 that I've created for 2017. Just because it was so much fun playing with this and adding all the fun stuff in it. Another Digital Scrapbook Ingredients page, and I used a ton of Colorcast Designs because I loved this photo of my mom and I wanted just to document our selfie and Halloween together and how it was our 9th year going together. And so I just used this kit, and I just love it. I think this kit is the same kit as this one right here. Just took a totally different twist on it and just used it in a totally different way. And that's what I like doing with kits, is finding different ways to use the same type of kit. And then this is a wrap up. This is a mix of, I think this card is joy, this is joy, and seasons, and best, and me. See, I just mixed a bunch of story kits, but I went with the main color scheme of October, which was a little bit of yellow, black, orange, and gray, which kind of just matches the beginning of my album. So see, even though this is completely different designers, it still works. So yeah, this was a fun way to wrap up the month and just include little stories about myself and some little word strips. So yeah, that wraps up my October Me album, October-September Me album. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope you document yourself. I hope this inspires you to maybe document yourself just a little bit more. Take those selfies. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I would love a subscribe or a thumbs up if you're new to my channel. Thanks. Bye.